Good evening, everybody. I am so sorry to interrupt this vibrant set of conversations over dinner. But in the spirit of a fast and very perky program, yes, you know the New York Men's Foundation. We do not like to linger. We like to respond, be active, and move forward. So in that spirit, I'm going to ask you to continue to enjoy your food, but also transition a little bit to our second part of our program. So first of all, thank you for being here. Thank you for choosing to spend your evening with us, right? Yes, that's for you. Thank you. No matter our political persuasions, no matter our particular beliefs, I know that we all share in this room an enormous concern about respect, dignity, equality, and the ability for all of us to share lives in which we all thrive. Isn't that the case? So the foundation, and I want to talk to you for a minute about the kind of philanthropy that we do. The kind of philanthropy that we do is the one that believes that problems and solutions live in the same place, and that those who daily live and deal with those issues are the best ones to solve them. That folk that handle adversity are not empty vessels, are not ignorant, are not deficient, are not lacking anything. The only thing that they are lacking is to be seen, to be believed, and to be invested in. That's our job. And when I say our job, all of us in this room, because the foundation is a public foundation, it is utterly dependent on our donors. And that keeps us closer to the experience of our grantee partners that are also utterly dependent on philanthropy. That tends to keep us more honest. That tends to keep us more appreciative of the knowledge and leadership of those around us. So in an evening like this, when we think about who we want to honor, what we think about are those who are stepping forward and have been stepping forward for a long time. We may be late coming to their leadership. Everyone that we're honoring this evening has been doing what they've been doing for a long time. They all share that ability to be ordinary people with extraordinary determination, vision, and that unflinching courage to continue in spite of others not seeing them. We are celebrating 1 year. This is like 1 year that most of us, discovered Me Too. Not 1 year that Me Too has existed. Me Too existed for 11 or 12 years before. So let me reframe this. We're celebrating 1 year of gratitude and saying to ourselves, okay, we're doing better now this year than we did 12 years before, right? That's the truth. That's the truth. When I heard Tarana Burke speak, I was utterly embarrassed, because she said that in more than a decade of her work happening, she had received 2 small grants, and that philanthropy had been silenced otherwise. And for us at the New York Men's Foundation, that is an enormous, enormous embarrassment. So what we have done, together with Tarana and together with others, our incredible donors and other grantee leaders, is we created a fund to respond to catch up. We got a lot of catch up to do for those 12 years. A lot of catch up to do. Now imagine if Tarana and all of those in the movement with her had been funded 12 years ago. Imagine. We all would be living and benefiting from that, our whole society, the whole world, in a much faster manner. So the catch-up is on two levels. The speed of response, the size of the response, and the respect in the response is who comes first. So the fund is a different experiment in philanthropy, one in which, and I am grateful to the incredible board members of the New York Men's Foundation who stood with us when we said, would you allow us to share decision-making 50-50 with Tarana Burke and other allies of the movement? And they said yes. So we are looking to continue to do what we do. Please, let's remember that philanthropy is only as good as our grantee partners. We only are as significant as the work of our grantee partners. And that the more we can acknowledge that and say yes. Philanthropy, foundations, donors usually think that the most important thing is to say no. But frankly, the most important thing is to say yes. I see you, I believe in you, I see your work. We do not think that the risk is in saying yes and embracing people with our added value. Offering people what they already don't have, not trying to tell people how they should be doing their work and their leadership. So today, I'm very happy to tell you that in May, at our breakfast, we launched the fund to support the Me Too movement and its allies. And we committed an original seeding $1 million. Today, by the end of the year, in another 2 months, we will have distributed certainly a minimum of $1 million. And today, I wanted to tell you that we announced our first round of partners, the Me Too movement, and 8 other organizations throughout the country, in New York City and beyond, who are part of this movement. Funding movements, funding leaders is different from funding models, from funding organizations. At the end of the day, you know, if you are a donor, if you are a philanthropist, you know that we're funding people. We're funding their dreams, their ability to realize them, their ability to bring others with them. So I want to thank you, because without you, we wouldn't be able to do anything at the New York Men's Foundation. So that means that however much you want us to do, you step up with us, right? Remember that. You have a lot of power, a lot of power. So I want to do 2 more things and then introduce this incredible person. One is, I want to ask our grantee partners who are here with us this evening to stand up for a moment so you can actually see the leaders that make our work. Please do so. Yes. Yes. And I want to say that not only we stand side by side with you in this kind of awkward thing on your shoulders and side by side, you know, it's a balancing act, but we're grateful for not only what you do today, what you have done for so long, and what you will do. And the other thing I wanted to say, I just wanted to say a word about our award, the Radical Generosity Walking Stick. Have you noticed? So they are made by one of our grantee partners, Isis Grant, and they are individually made. They are individually created. They are created with the inspiration by young women in Brooklyn, with the inspiration for each awardee. So there are no 2 walking sticks alike. And the last thing I wanted to say is that evidently they acknowledge the role of charting the way, leading the way, carving that path. But they are very, very handy instruments. I just want everybody to know. They are sometimes needed in leadership moments. Leadership is not for the meek, right? So the awards need to be more or less congruent with that. So I want to thank you for being here. I want to thank you for having the perspective that we do not operate from a scarcity paradigm. We operate from a generosity, and in the case of the New York Men's Foundation, a radical generosity paradigm. We have enough for all of us to go around to thrive in our lives. It is not a win-lose game. It's a win-win game.